Welcome guys to another episode of Boom Arena. Today we're gonna be playing some cheese decks. This time it's gonna be a Splemetary with freeze because, as you probably already know, the freeze is the ultimate cheese card. So we're gonna just play against Kivache, who is pretty active recently on ladder. Not big surprise we got here in the first game. I'm gonna actually get my swordman pinched by this Viking. Well, I would love to exterminate this ghost before all my skeletons disappear, and it was absolutely successful. So yeah, he's gonna be playing Viking bridge spam and a very tricky variant because, if I recall correctly, he's playing with flying bomb, which will definitely make things easier for us. For the simplest of reasons is that, well, we're running symmetry, and if we can avoid the confrontations against poison, we will definitely take those chances. And right now he's gonna go for a piercing archer, and that's why we're gonna go for a very early freeze, maybe to even get a tower, and we are actually in a bullets range, so I will probably hold for these bullets for now because he might try to launch some counter attack. And yeah, there we go. We'll get more value with a swordman, and we will be able to play our bullets at pretty much any time of the game we want. And yeah, if we manage to defend this oncoming push, we're gonna be in a very good spot. So yeah, I think the game is pretty much over already, but you can never underestimate the Viking bridge spam, so I'm gonna still play very carefully, play some freezes on defense. Either way, that was a very good opening trap because my opponent absolutely got caught by it, and I'm gonna instantly use some spells against this piercing archer because it would be bane of my existence if I wouldn't make anything about it. So yeah, I'm gonna just play some more natural moves. He's gonna get a very good kill on my archer. I actually wanted to preserve that, but well, that sucks. Once he plays Necromancer, like at any point of this game, I'm gonna play a freeze on that. There we go, and I'm gonna play bullets because freeze plus bullets combo kills the Necromancer, which is gonna be very nice thing for us to keep in mind because, well, if you're playing symmetry deck, Necromancer is probably like your #1 mortal enemy, so with this deck we won't be having to worry about this one. And yeah, that's gonna be a very well played and instructive game #1. So the basic premise of this deck will be obviously to play the freeze only when it is necessary to win. Like you've seen in the previous game, it worked out absolutely fabulously as my freeze caught my opponent absolutely off guard, and yeah, it was pretty much the winning move. Other cards will pretty much like make your defense pretty easy and straightforward, that you won't be worrying about it too much. Like you have many good defensive cards. You have archers, okay, wait a second, you have swordsman, you have skeleton heart. Those are like one of the best defensive cards ever, period, and I'm gonna be running them so I can pretty much capitalize on my good defenses, and then I'm gonna just be lashing out the counter attacks, preferably with a freeze. So he's gonna be playing bomb tower once again, probably just trying to get to know what my deck is. Also, the bullet cycle, yeah, like you can see from me, is absolutely valid way to approach this matchup for a simple reason. It is because, well, I didn't have anything better to play, and okay, he's gonna be absolutely ready against this symmetry, so that's gonna suck a bit. So he's gonna actually know that we are running symmetry, but we're gonna keep a freeze as a surprise because, well, at this point it wasn't too much cash value of us to just go for freeze. Maybe we would have taken a tower, but I didn't want to take the risk, and thus we have the result as follows. He's gonna play Bomb Girl, and that's the most obvious bullet that we've ever gotten, and the next one will be just a Footman Keg against his Phone Keg, because that's pretty much how you play against Steelblade. the deck we are facing right now. So we're gonna just play Swordman in the back. Nothing too fancy. He's just gonna be playing he's gonna be playing Missile, which is, I think, correct move, because now he has realized what he's up against. I think that's actually very instructive if you don't know how to break your okay. Will I hit it? Okay, I won't hit a Phone Horde, but it doesn't really matter. He actually uses a Phone Keg on defense, so I'm gonna just use a freeze. I think that could have been played better, but yeah, good enough. Not gonna complain about that one, and I'm gonna try to get rid of this Skeleton Keg, as it's gonna be very annoying to deal with if I proceed to ignore that, and I'm gonna just go for another Cemetery. There's no reason not to. He plays Bomb Tower, and right now I'm gonna just go for a big freeze, hopefully get some damage. Skeletons are already getting a value one way or the other. I'm gonna play Bullets, try to catch a Bomb Girl. It won't work out, but yeah, it's good enough. And right now we're gonna just get away with another very tight defense. We're gonna play a Swordman, we're gonna be playing Cemetery, and I think that's gonna be pretty much the closing play, as we are gonna just play another freeze, and yeah, Skeletons doing their RNG. We're gonna play Bullets. He actually didn't play a Phone Keg for a very long time, which isn't really that concerning as you would have expected, and right now we can just close the game by playing Bullets. GG, well played. That was a fun game against Steelbait, and yeah, that's how you approach this matchup. Basically, my general premise is, if you want to have success with this deck, you have to match the energy of the deck and reverse it by 180 degrees, and I'm gonna explain it. What that means is that if you're playing against some aggressive deck that usually wants to throw itself at the opponent's face, you will want to like be on the defensive side and counter push, and if your opponent wants to defend, we're gonna give him what he wants and actually go for as many attacks as possible. And it actually paid off in the previous game, as you could have seen. I'm gonna play archers here because this Viking would have gotten a shot. Unfortunately, Super Devil sometimes has a trouble of hitting the targets that are getting off his range, and that the Viking definitely was. So we're gonna just play some safety move. Our opponent King Back will be also running Viking Brismo. As you can see, very popular deck right now, and very important interaction. What I was trying to say is that freeze plus bullets kill the Piercing Archer, so we want to like keep that in mind, because it's gonna be like one of the biggest interactions in this matchup. He's gonna be probably playing Piercing Archer at the bridge very soon. Okay, I don't know why he's leaking Elixir, because I'm feeling like he has way more mana than I do, so it probably is some kind of resignation. Very unfortunate for him, because, well, I'm just playing cheese deck, so that's pretty much the good opportunity to just beat me. But yeah, I think he won't be taking his chances here. I'm gonna be playing Swordsman, I'm gonna be playing Footman Keg, yeah, there we go, and I'm gonna be finishing it all with a freeze. Wow, this freeze didn't froze the tower, so that's instructive also for me where to play freeze and where not to. Yeah, anyway, that was a bit off-putting. I don't know what to talk about next, because like this deck seems very straightforward if you pretty much know how to play some kind of control deck. So you pretty much like play defensive cards until your opponent overcommits, and if your opponent overcommits, you pretty much want to just punish him for it by playing some Cemetery and preferably freeze. So like I've said, it's very intuitive if you're advanced at it, but yeah, if you aren't advanced, you obviously can watch my videos. I'm playing control decks from time to time, and this deck isn't like full control because it has the cheese part, but you can still learn a lot from it. For instance, how to keep your cycle intact, how to cycle cards properly, how to play troops over these spells, which is always a good premise, except for when you don't, because, well, there are just some troops that are not very effective. For instance, if you want to get rid of a bomb girl, I prefer just keeping the bullets for her, because uh, when she reaches the bridge, she usually gets the value she wanted, so you want to just get the value of her by getting a damage on the tower. And yeah, you have to be a bit careful when you're doing that, because like, like always, your opponent may want you to think that you want that, but sometimes it may be a bit different. So I'm gonna hit everything here. That wasn't a cash money of my opponent, so yeah. I could have just gone for symmetry here, but I didn't want to risk it. I'm gonna just play another skeleton hut, just slow play it. And yeah, I'm gonna play Swordman. Right now I think I have a very good advantage, so I can pretty much go in anytime I want. I'm gonna play Super Devil here. He's gonna be playing actually a Bomberman on the opposite side of the map, which is by itself a fine move, but I don't think it improves his position at all, so I'm gonna play Swordman on the opposite side. Obviously we want to set up a push with a Swordman, so if you can set it up in the front, it's gonna be probably a good move. I'm gonna just sacrifice the Super Devil, and after these stones, I'm gonna just play Symmetry and have full health Swordman on the tower. He's gonna be playing Cannon, but it's absolutely not enough. He's gonna now play Bomberman, but the freeze was on time, and that's gonna be absolutely enough to close this game. So yeah, that was the game against the default deck, and basically how to punish the decks that don't have a clear way to your tower. Alright, so in this match I'm against 10 medal 6-star player, and in this one I'm gonna try to actually win as quickly as possible, just to show you how punishing the symmetry can be. Obviously you don't want to do it against a better opponents, but in this case it might not be the worst option. He actually gets a footman here, so if I were to have bullets for these skeletons, I would love to play that, but he baited my freeze pretty well, and unfortunately right now the surprise factor is already gone. One more thing to notice is that he is probably playing one of these Viking Tower glitch decks, which were popular like half a year ago, where you could just play a footman on your opponent's Viking Tower and take it in like a matter of seconds. There is the bomb tower. It's pretty much it's one of these decks that you would think still work, but this glitch was patched very quickly, so I don't recommend actually testing that, because it 100% doesn't work. I'm gonna play right now Symmetry because I will have some mana for a freeze. And as you probably can tell, freeze will do miracles, but not if your opponent plays the bomb tower. I probably could have frozen anyway, but yeah. I'm gonna just take the L here, play way more cautiously, because he has a footman and a madness, and I don't have like a fabulous counter to footman, so when he gets one good set of them rolling, I'm gonna be just pretty much dead, so I would rather just be more cautious. I'm gonna play Swordman and the bridge to bait them out, and they should be played, but they're done, so yeah. My opponent's gonna give up for inexplicable reasons. I'm gonna just go for a footman kick. I'm gonna freeze both the towers. Now with this placement, both of them were frozen, and yeah, that's gonna be GG's and pretty much the video of where I show how to play this cheesy deck. If you enjoyed this video, as always, I will highly encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. New videos of Boom Arena pretty much come every single day at 6 PM UTC +1, and yeah, if you enjoy this video, make sure also to like it, because like algorithm kinda recommends videos with likes more, so yeah, It's a cheap and absolutely free way to support my channel. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Make sure to subscribe. I'm gonna see you guys in the next episode of Boom Arena.